Hey, what is up, guys? It is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur. Now, in this video, I want to share with you guys some things that most marketers are not talking about that make you crazy amounts of money. And believe it or not, this is stuff that we deploy on all of our customers over at my agency. And honestly, it shocks me time and time again when somebody says, hey, we need help or we're not making more sales. So I want to share some of those things with you. I'm not going to use any websites that we've built. I'm not going to use any, lower tier websites. I'm going to use Fortune 500 billion-dollar businesses, and we're going to cover them. I've got Apple, I've got ClickUp, I've got Gopro up here, and a couple other ones, and we're going to go through all of them, and I want you guys to point out the things that they do differently, and I'm going to help you point them out, that you probably aren't doing for your website, which is costing you so much money because you are not leveraging your visitors on your website. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen here and look at that. We're actually going to start with ClickUp first. So ClickUp is an app that we recently just started using, and they just got, I think, $1 billion, could be $2 billion in VC funding. And they had a great company, whoever designed this, they probably have a team in-house at this point, but they really were pretty new not that long ago, and they've just kind of exploded. They got a ton of money from VCs, and they've just been growing nonstop. But some of the things that I want to show you guys right off the bat that they're doing. Number one, everybody has their app in the top left. No matter what website we're about to go to, they all have it in the top left-hand corner. That is a standard. Don't put it in the right. It's very weird. Always, always, always put it in the left. Something else that they have that I've seen on all of them is they have lots of call to actions, which I see a lot of people not doing. So all your work in one place, test, docs, chat, goal, they're asking for an email address right away. Free forever, no credit card, get started. I mean, that's the core premise of it. I mean, there's a button right there. There is two main calls to action on what's called above the fold, where it cuts off at the bottom of the screen. Get started and free forever. Awesome. Love it. Google, Webflow, Booking.com, Uber, Padres. I mean, those are some huge names. We use Webflow in my agency. It's great. Here's the future of your work. It shows people what they get, what they do, and how they do it. Events, reminders, goal tracking. Another call to action. Create your own view. Look at the views, right? It's going to show you what they look like, each and every single one. Now, I don't know what platform this was built on. This could definitely be built on Webflow for sure. Here's another call to action. Import now. Excel, Jira, Monday.com, Basecamp. I've never even heard of Rike. Todoist, Asana, Trello, Airtable. I've heard of all of these. And they're all going to work with ClickUp. I mean, that's a super powerful picture. But not only that, look at that little button again. Down to the next part, space, feature, status, color. It's going to bring you through all of them. All the buttons light up. And then, I'm surprised there's not a call to action right here. Solved by ClickUp. I mean, it's a great platform. Don't get me wrong. And this is not a pitch for the platform. But just on that homepage alone, there are how many calls to action along this website? Not only this, watch demo, get in touch, start a chat. Because you've made it this far, you probably have questions. So that's the logical thought process. But other than this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buttons on the home page just of ClickUp. Now, I'm not going to go through the rest of the website. This is mainly the home page here. GoPro, here's another one. I'm sure we all know what GoPros are. They're great little cameras. Speaking of which, I have one sitting on my desk right here. We all know what they are, but most people aren't putting enough calls to action, and they shouldn't be super punchy. They should almost kind of, I don't want to say blend in, but they're there for convenience. They're not there to ram a sale down your throat. That is the difference that they're using. If you look, these don't stand out that much. They could be fluorescent orange, but they're not. They are purple. They match with the background. They look like they just belong there, which is phenomenal. Same thing here. So you have GoPro, bundle up 200. There's a shop now. There's a learn more button, right? These are all calls to action. The lighting, there's another call to action. No call to action on this section, but I know you can click these and go right in. Learn more, another call to action. They want you to go in and learn more. Ready for action? There's a light box for an email capture. Huge, 10% off. Well, you get a promo code. Here's another one, shop now. So we have 1, 2, I won't consider these, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 buttons on the homepage for your ability to buy now or learn more. That is huge. Apple, they came out with the new iMac just recently. View pricing, learn more. Their buttons are a little more, I guess we'll call them traditional. That's kind of a freaky effect you get from looking at that when that goes down. Super cool, super thin. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll call that for this whole section. You have 8 buttons. If you do half of that, you still got 4 buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4 main buttons. I guess kind of 5 because there's a buy now button there. You got 5 buttons on the home page. And these pages, keep in mind, are also really not that long. Apple's the first one that doesn't have their logo directly to the left. I have seen people do it in the center. I'm definitely not against it. Personally, I think it's a little cleaner in the center, but that's totally up to you. Next is Amazon. Up in the top left, select your address. I mean, it's a little different, right? Because this is a pure e-commerce store, and there's no like crazy buy now buttons. There's actually probably information overload, but they just have a massive user base, and they don't have buy now buttons because everything is for sale. Keep in mind, that's something that most people also don't think about. You don't need shop now or buy more on every single image. Give them images. Let them do the hard work. Most people stress like, oh, it's got to have what it is. Nobody, it doesn't matter. Just, okay, that's interesting. Let me click on that. What is it? Oh, okay, it's a pretty generic stand for, it's, oh man, there it is. It is a 2-screen adjustable stand. It uses VESA mounts, that's the word I was looking for. VESA mounts on your computer, or your monitor, mounts on your desk, and you can have 2 VESA compatible mounts. Believe it or not, there's actually not that many calls to action other than sign in securely. But I'm sure if you tried to buy, it would prompt you to make a login. They're probably the only exception to the rule because they are so big and it's purely an e-commerce platform. Then you have Kajabi, personal favorite of mine. Start free trial. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 buttons, 13 calls to action. And this is not including learn more. This is just starting a free trial, getting you in your platform. Once again, super clean, a lot of white space in here, just like all of these, except Amazon. Amazon's pretty much the only exception to the rule. But if you look at it, this is black, yes, but there's a lot of, we'll call it negative space unused. Gopro, a little more action-packed. I mean, it is an action website, but ClickUp, super spread out. It's not stacked on top of each other. There's not an overwhelming majority of things going on. And the reason why they have all of these is because they want you to see it right away. But, I mean, Kajabi with 13, you have a little demo up here. Super clean, brings everything all together. Also, keep in mind, none of these have had video on them. You can click a video, but none of the videos load automatically on any of these. This is kind of more of a GIF. I wouldn't consider this an actual video. It's not loading 4K, but none of these companies have had 4K footage come up or even 1080p footage come up. If you want to watch a demo, you can click watch a demo and then they capture your information, but that's it. Quickbooks, another one. I mean, I think we all know what Quickbooks is. Probably the largest accounting software in the world. Simple start. There's buy nows, right? Tells you what you're going to get in each one of these plans. You have an explore accounting. We'll just call this one call to action. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 call to actions on the home screen. Once again, a lot of white space. These are things that people aren't thinking of. There's a lot of white space. There's nothing too crazy. There's take a quiz. There is not only a call to action, but a lead magnet. That's your lead magnet right there. Their lead magnet is not only watch a demo, but start a free trial. Amazon doesn't really have a lead magnet. Apple, not really. I mean, they're one of the biggest companies in the world. I don't know if they necessarily need a lead magnet. But GoPro, shop now, learn more. You know, they usually do have like a highlight reel of everything going on. I'm actually surprised they don't on this variation of the website. But GoPro is also notorious for changing their website probably every 3 to 6 months. And then you have ClickUp. Their free call to action is free forever, no credit card. These are huge. When you're building a website, think about not only what you could do as a lead magnet, but keep it clean, keep it concise, keep all of the fonts similar, if not the same on the whole website. Lots of white space. That is the new thing nowadays. Whatever industry you're in, focus on white space. Believe it or not, more white space is usually better. With too many images and too many buttons and too much of everything, it becomes unbearable, right? Because then the everything becomes too many things. This is even a little bit too much, but it is a really robust platform. And even when you scroll through this, yeah, it does have a lot of stuff. You can read all of these individual sections. But this is where it gets a lot of people, because if you're already using a project management software, one of these more than likely is going to stand out at you. So you being the consumer, you can go in and see, oh, okay, all right, and space is loaded first. Then you have features, reoccurring tasks, Google two-way sync, customized signees, status. This is where it gets a little too much, but if you're scrolling through, you've already registered that this is probably something for you because of this right here. This is huge, and most people don't realize these are the biggest names in project management. Now, there are other ones out there as well, but this is the overwhelming majority of project management, especially Trello. Trello's been around for a long time, and then Airtable has been more popular, Monday has been more popular, and Basecamp's not too popular, but it's a great software. And honestly, they're all great softwares. That's the thing that's going to catch your attention. And then you have 1,000+ integrations. I mean, this is wild. These buttons don't even work. I mean, it's pretty crazy. This is, I was gonna say almost not clickable. But those buttons didn't even work. That's the best part about it. It's just showing you a bunch of logos that you're gonna register in your brain and say, oh, okay, I'm with that, or I agree with that, or I'm on Drop. Like we at my agency, we're on Dropbox. We're not on any development softwares because we're not doing that. But we use Chrome all the time. We don't use TimeCamp. We use ClickUp now, but there's been a bunch of softwares. We've used Zoom before, we use Outlook, we use Slack. These all integrate in. We've used Google Calendars before. Here's Outlook again. Calendly is super popular. I mean, I would almost guarantee that if you're watching this channel, chances are pretty good you've seen a logo on this website that resonates with you in some way or another. Apps for anywhere. I mean, I don't know anybody that doesn't use all of these, or at least one of these. The only one that I don't see on here is Firefox, and I think it's Opera. And honestly, who uses those? And that's it. More calls to action. I mean, calls to action and whitespace are the thing nowadays. So if you're building a website, call to action, whitespace, and lead magnets. Focus on those three things. Those three things are going to help you convert more traffic. If you're not focusing on those three things, you're probably overloading your website with too much information. Could be images, could be text, it could be videos, it could be a whole slew of different pieces of content, essentially, that's going to be going on there. And then on top of that, just focus on one thing. And if people want to learn more, add a learn more option. But if they want to get started, don't make it, the most obnoxious colored buttons out there. Make it smooth and concise. None of these buttons on any of these pages have been out of control. Actually, the buttons of the call to actions have all been the color of the logo. That's almost the same color. I'm trying to put it close to each other, but the buy now is darker green. There's the lighter green in the Quickbooks logo. Same color or almost the same color as the Kajabi logo. Amazon, the exception to the rule. I don't think Apple actually has a color. I think it's just silver at this point. But I'm sure the OGs remember the Apple that's gotten a bite out of it where you can see the teeth and the rainbow through it, and amongst many other variations of the Apple logo. Gopro, same thing. Nice colors that flow throughout the website. Nice buttons that flow throughout the website. These are the things that billion-dollar businesses are focusing on, and these are the things that you can focus on in your business to help make more sales. Why do I know this? Because this is literally what we help people do. This is what we coach people on. This is what I mastermind 5 hours a week on with a group of a variety of different people coming from all different industries, and they say these exact things every single time. Lead magnets, focusing on a congruent theme amongst your entire website, and lots of white space. Don't overclutter people. You're going to lose them, and then they're not going to be interested. They're probably not going to come back. So keep that in mind. I even just tuned up my own personal website. So I hope this video helps. If you guys have any questions, you may be struggling on any of this, feel free to reach out to my agency, growth-generators.com. We'd love to help you. Other than that, hit like, subscribe, share. I never told anybody to share this before. Oh my goodness, you guys are the first ones. Thanks for hanging out. Share this out with somebody. I'll see you guys later. Bye.